Let's see how to use ChatGPT to get multiple choice questions from a text, or in this case from the subtitles of a video. Well, let's get started. The first thing is that we have here ChatGPT, and we are going to go to YouTube where we have a video of us with subtitles. The problem is that the subtitles, if we download them, will give us a format with the timestamps in the middle. We are not really interested in that. Therefore, what we are going to do instead is clicking on Edit. And we are going to edit it as text. We scroll up, and by holding the Shift key, we try to select the whole body text. Let's see if I can copy the entire text. Give me a second. I'm not getting it now. It is very important to keep holding our Shift key. It does take a while at times. Then how I copy the whole thing, and I copy it to the clipboard. In order to copy the text, we can use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to paste it. Another shortcut to select the entirety of the text is by using Ctrl+A. By using this one, we make sure that we do not leave any characters out of the selection, like it has happened to me now. Well, and as you can see, the problem now is that it has added many empty characters and lines that we should indeed remove. This is important because we have to take into account that ChatGPT has a character limit. My solution to this has been browsing for an online tool to remove blank lines of text. Let's click on this result I have right here. And here in this website, I can very easily use Ctrl+V, and after processing it, I can copy the already cleaned result by using the shortcut Ctrl+C. So here we would already have the clean text we were looking for. And now I select the whole body text and I copy and save it. Now the only thing missing is the prompt. How am I going to ask this? Well, here I have several prompt experiments that I have been doing previously. Let's notice that I have asked him to generate 15 questions with 4 possible answers, 1 correct and 3 incorrect, with the question in the first line and the 4 answers in one line each one without an initial letter. The correct answer will not always be in the same order. Mark the correct answer by adding an X between brackets, X at the beginning of the answer. Use the following text as a base to generate the questions. And it is here where I input the text. This did not work the first time, and I did not get the correct answer marked. So I tried with this other text, and I have not managed to get it to work at all. However, after tinkering around, I have managed to get it to work well enough. Let's copy and paste one more time. I go all the way up, and here you can see that in this new prompt, I have made some subtle changes a little bit. Generates 15 questions with 4 possible answers, 1 correct and 3 incorrect with the question in the first line, and the 4 answers in one line, each one without initial letter. Mark correct answer, adding an X between brackets at the beginning of the answer. Correct answer will not always be in the same order. Use the following text as a base. So now I go all the way up in order to copy the entirety of the body text, because unfortunately this keyboard I am using right now doesn't really have the control keys. Otherwise this process would be much faster and smoother. Anyway, let's copy it. Ctrl+C. And now I return to ChatGPT so I can paste it. I run this new prompt and our assistant will create a result. Let's notice that it is already generating the answers. It has not paid complete attention to me because after all it has written the X at the back, not exactly what I told it. But it is at least generating all the questions I was looking for regardless. These questions I will be able to use afterwards, and I could even run a small script so it adds the X in the right position as I first asked it to do. If I see that it stops and hasn't finished generating all of them, what I would do in that case is ask it to continue generating the missing questions. It is normal for it to take a while when it comes to generating this kind of answers. If you see that currently our assistant is working slower than usual, we don't really have to wait for it to finish, at least in this lesson for video length's sake. My point is that by clicking on continue generating, it will continue generating answers, but we already have enough for now. And if we scroll up, here in this small button, we can copy it, and in the meantime, we can open a new notepad file. Here I have it. By using Ctrl+V, we paste it. And look, we have got here all our questions that, in this case, it has generated 12 out of the 15 we asked. We are going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and let's see if it has generated the remaining questions. Well, apparently it hasn't. It is quite normal for ChatGPT to get stuck sometimes, but normally clicking on Continue Generating does the trick as long as the website is not too overused. If that doesn't work either, we can just run the same prompt again. It is also important to mention that when working with ChatGPT, we will find ourselves discarding certain parts of the given answers that might not interest us that much for whatever reason. Reviewing everything that ChatGPT does is essential. With all this, I wanted to wrap up this video in which we have learned how to generate multiple choice questions using the subtitles of a video as a starting point using our online assistant. Needless to say, instead of a video, you can use any other text, a chapter of a PDF, a book, or anything else. Despite being able to use any text, one must always be careful not to exceed the maximum character limit, which right now happens to be 32,000 characters. If your text exceeds that limit, you can always break it into parts and feed it to ChatGPT one by one. I hope you all found today's lesson useful, and I see you all in the next one.